Hey everyone, what's up? Yeah, it is May 30th, 2018. It is about 8:48 a.m. I've got about 27 minutes before I clock in. Yeah, my schedule is kind of like that nowadays. Basically, the computers are doing the scheduling, so what that means essentially is just when you get used to having a schedule a certain way, that's when they kind of switch it up from an hourly perspective of, hey, you're going to be working these hours, or you're going to be clocking in at this time, and you're going to be clocking out at this time. And it's like, okay, doesn't make sense, but fine. You know, I mean, I look at the fact that today I get dropped off by my bus, I get a couple of donuts, drink the rest of my coffee, take my vitamin, try to clock in, and then find out, oh, I'm not supposed to clock in until 9:15, because I'm so used to the scheduling that I have. that I totally forgot about what was going to occur, or not occur, but the time I'm supposed to clock in. Also, and the fact that so much is going on with my job and everything, you know, the changes and all that, with computers doing the scheduling and everything and stuff like that, new people coming in, people leaving, whatever. I didn't even know, and I think I'm not the only one, but it kind of went over everybody's head that we were going to get a bonus with this upcoming check, and again, like I said, I'm sure I'm not the only associate at my job that this went right over the head of. Because the moment I checked my upcoming paycheck online, I noticed that it's a little higher than usual, and I'm thinking, what is this? I'm thinking, what the heck's going on? So I look down to the area that my check would be, you know, to kind of how many hours and stuff is adding on to my, adds on to my check, and I noticed there's a section that has an additional good amount into, been added into it. And then it dawns on me, oh crap, we got a bonus. I forgot, it's bonus time. And there's several ways we get bonuses. It's either safety or credit card. In this case, it was a combination of both. But with that said, I've got about 25 minutes to go. So I thought I'd come on here and hopefully I can get away from some of these webbings, because little insects, spiders, and all that, like to create little webs in between people's walkways on sidewalks. But I thought I'd come on here and I wanted to discuss a decision that WWE made. As of right now, this is the decision, unless they get some kind of backlash upon them about it. The decision that WWE made, and I know I'm about 3.5 minutes in, but the decision WWE made, as far as Money in the Bank is concerned, I'm going to be one of those people that say, I'm going to be one of the people that, to quote James Wolfe as the angry video game nerd, to quote James Wolfe, what are they thinking? Or what were they thinking? Or what are they thinking? Because, quite honestly, the decision WWE made is to have the Money in the Bank winners cash in on their brand's champions only. Yeah, the decision by WWE. This is a decision. I'm surprised the Lexman didn't talk about this. Maybe he did, I don't know. Or OTRS Central hasn't done something on it yet, but they probably will. But WWE has made the decision, as of right now, unless they change their minds due to backlash and criticism, that the winners of both the men and women's Money in the Bank matches can only cash in on their brand's champions. So you're telling me that, okay, so you're telling me that if Charlotte wins the women's Money in the Bank briefcase. If Charlotte wins, she can't cash in on Nia Jax or Ronda Rousey or whoever the Raw Women's Champion is. She can only cash in on the SmackDown Women's Champion. You're telling me if Sasha wins, she can't cash in on the SmackDown Champion. You're telling me that if Samoa Joe wins, he can't cash in on the Universal Champion. You're telling me that if The Miz wins, he can't cash in on the Universal Champion. You're telling me that if Braun Strowman wins, he can't cash in on the WWE Champion. Or if Finn Balor wins, he can't cash in on the WWE Champion. You're telling me that, right? WWE, you are literally telling me right now that whoever wins Money in the Bank, whoever wins that contract in both the men and the women's matches can't cash in on whoever they want. Okay. So, let me ask this then. Let me ask this, and maybe some people can respond to this. What's the point of having inter-branded Money in the Bank matchups if the winner cannot cash in on the brand champion of their choosing? What's the point? What's the point of having Raw men versus SmackDown men, SmackDown women versus Raw women, for a chance at the contract if neither one can cash in on the champion of their choosing? You telling me that if Becky Lynch wins, that Becky Lynch can't cash in on Nia Jax or Ronda Rousey and whoever the Raw Women's Champion is? That's ridiculous. Are you telling me that if Naomi wins, or even by some miracle Lana wins, then they can't go and cash in on the champion on Raw? Are you serious? Are you serious? Alright. Okay. Alright. So you're telling me Kevin Owens, as far as the men's match goes, can't cash in on Shinsuke or AJ after their match, become WWE champion, and basically gloat about it in front of Shane McMahon's face? I mean, you got a story potential there. Think about that. Think about that. Whether you want to admit it or not, Shane McMahon, Kevin Owens was one of the most intriguing rivalries and feuds in quite some time, depending on no matter what brand you were watching in the WWE. They were one of the more intriguing rivalries and feuds there. It was almost, I'm not going to compare it to Austin McMahon, but it was almost a reversal of Austin McMahon, but on a lighter note. Or more of a light version of Austin McMahon for a new generation. And what I mean by more of a light version is Owens was in the Austin role, Shane was in Vince's role, but the sides were reversed. In other words, Owens was the heel defining the authority, and Shane's the face trying to basically get this guy like Kevin Owens in order because of the reputation he carries with him. So you can't tell me that you're going to take a golden opportunity like Kevin Owens cashing in on Styles and Nakamura and becoming WWE champion. That's the champion of the SmackDown brand. You can't tell me that you're not going to want to take advantage of the fact that would really take this rivalry to another level between Shane and Kevin. Because the last thing Shane McMahon would want is Kevin Owens to be champion of his brand. You're telling me you're not going to take advantage of situations like that? You're not going to take advantage of an opportunity to have Charlotte cash in on Ronda Rousey or Nia Jax down the line for the Raw Women's Championship, and thus build maybe to Ronda and Charlotte because of that. Or, as I mentioned before in a video, you're not going to take the opportunity, if you will, to build to maybe a title for title match title unification, whatever, main event at WrestleMania 35, Charlotte and Ronda, you're not going to do that? You're not going to do that? Because to me, that seems ridiculous. That seems ridiculous not to want to, tease that, at least plan for it. I mean, look, you see, this is where a lot of people, doesn't matter if it's the Lex Man, O2RS Central with the Schleg Daddy, Chase Oliver, heck, it could be people like, well-known, respected wrestling personalities and journalists like Bill Apter. Controversial figures like Dave Meltzer or Brian Alvarez, or even someone like a Bruce Pritchard. These are people with respectable backgrounds and ties to the wrestling business because they've either worked in the business, worked for WWE, or they have people that give them the inside scoop. You're telling me they ain't going to be critical about this? Because basically the Money in the Bank, whoever holds those briefcases WWE could create intrigue with this. Think about it. Let's say who else do we got? Let's say Sasha Banks music hits. We know Sasha right now is a Raw star, right? What happens if, let's say, Carmella, by some miraculous way, retains her championship against Asuka? What happens if Carmella, maybe after a match on SmackDown against whoever, wins it, starts to get on the mic, or let's say during a promo gets on the mic, and everything, and all of a sudden in the middle of her promo, or she's done with her promo or whatever, starts to leave, and all of a sudden Sasha's music hits. And Sasha at the time is a Raw star. The intrigue. And you don't have to have Sasha go down to the ring or go down to the ring, or even attack Carmella from behind and thus cash in. No, you can create the intrigue by having Sasha hold up the briefcase and point to Carmella the fact that you never know. And you can have her repeat that process on Raw. You can have her show up on Raw, or still be on Raw, and let's say Ronda is the champion or Nia's the champion. All of a sudden, her music hits, they look up, and she's pointing, and she's holding up the briefcase saying, hey, you never know. Same with the men. Finn Balor could become the Money in the Bank winner. He can he can show up on SmackDown, not have to cash in on either AJ or Shinsuke or whoever the champion is, and say, hey, you never know. He could do the same thing on Raw against Brock Lesnar. Let's say Brock Lesnar gets beaten down, or Brock cuts one of his usual promos thanks to Paul Heyman, courtesy of Paul Heyman, and they get ready to leave, and then Finn's music hits. And then he points up to Brock saying, he doesn't have to say a word, he just points to Brock, points to the briefcase, say, you never know. The intrigue is there. The intrigue is there, and WWE is foolish not to take advantage of that. Foolish with this damn decision. Come on. You want something to keep people's intrigue on your product throughout the summer. This is the way you do it. You make it unpredictable. By basically having them wonder what champion the Money in the Bank winner is going to cash in on. Now, I can understand people might defend this and say, well, they don't want to make it confused with the Royal Rumble. You don't want to make it confused with the Royal Rumble. The only person that chose a different brand champion to go after was Asuka. Pretty much everybody knew that if Shinsuke won the Royal Rumble for the men, which he did, he was going to choose AJ. Pretty much people knew that if Roman had gotten the Rumble win, which a lot of people were afraid of, he would have automatically chose Brock anyway. The men's was pretty much, they were going to choose their brand's champion no matter what. The women Rumble was a new concept in a sense, so you wanted to make it unpredictable, and that's why you had Asuka choose Charlotte, or at least wait a month for that revelation to be made. The point is, the decision they are making to have the men and the women, to have the winners, of the men and the women's Money in the Bank matches cash in on their brand's champions only is ridiculous. It's stupid. And the only reason they're coming up with this decision, like I said, unless they change their minds, because we got what? About 18 days for them to pretty much say, you know what, this is a stupid idea. We need eyes on our product. I mean, come on, you think Fox, the people at Fox, are not hearing about this and thinking, wait a minute, so we just paid $1 billion for SmackDown and, you know, to air SmackDown for 5 years, and WWE's pulling this crap of only champion, the winner only cashes in on brand champion only? What's this? You can't tell me that the Fox executives won't call up and say, hey, I thought this Money in the Bank thing meant that the winner gets to choose their champion they want to cash in on. And you know what? That might be what sways them to change their mind. Like, I could hear Vince hearing about the backlash, maybe some people at Fox, maybe he hears something, maybe someone nods him off or tips him off on some discussions going over at Fox after this decision's made about how maybe the Fox executives are not happy with it. I'm telling you this right now. I'm telling you this right now. As of now, this decision is dumb. But if it takes something like maybe Fox starts talking and reconsidering, maybe they made the wrong choice or the wrong partnership or wrong deal, or there's just enough backlash thrown WWE's way, I'm hoping that before the go-home show for Raw and SmackDown, and like I said, I'm hoping before the go-home show of both Raw and SmackDown to Money in the Bank, that some decision is made that will make this decision null and void. Because honestly, if you want to have people keep their eyes on your product, especially during a time like the summer season, then if I'm WWE, I'm Vince McMahon, I'm Triple H, I'm whoever's in charge, I make the decision. I basically change my mind here. What I do is I change my mind here, and I make the decision to let whoever wins cash in on whatever champion they want. You can't tell me that the superstars involved in these matches aren't going to be like, so wait a minute, we can only cash in on all brands champions? Where's the fun in that? So I'm hoping something comes up in the next few days, or then before the go-home shows of both brands to Money in the Bank, because honestly, you know, it's going to make, it'll still, I'll put it this way, they keep this decision, it'll still be unpredictable, but pretty much it's going to be like, well, we don't know when Kevin's going to cash in on the Universal Champion, or we don't know when Samoa Joe's going to cash in the WWE Champion. You know that it'll still make it unpredictable in a sense. But my honest opinion, what would, in a sense, but still be like, all eyes will only be on one show. And I don't know if maybe that's what Vince wants. That if, let's say, someone from Raw wins, that Vince has this thought process that, oh, that's going to put a lot of eyes on Raw. I don't know. But what I do know is if you want eyes on both brands and on the entire main WWE roster product, then my decision would if I'm Vince McMahon, would change my mind and make the decision to allow whoever wins the men and the women's Money in the Bank matches to cash in on whatever champions they want. Because it makes it feel unpredictable, it makes it feel fresh in a sense, because not only do you move a certain superstar maybe to another brand to have fresh new feuds and rivalries, but you get people to tune in to both brands. You get people to tune in to both brands to see when and if the winners of both Money in the Bank matches will cash in. That to me is a smart and safe decision. Not saying that the unpredictability can't come from brand only cash-ins. I'm not saying that. It still can be fun and unpredictable. But honestly, I think we'll make it even more predictable, more fun, and more intriguing for people to want to tune in, get people more invested, is if you allow the winners to cash in on whatever champion they choose. It doesn't have to be regulated to just one brand, being honest with you. So that's all I'm really going to say on it. I've got to get inside, get ready to clock in for work. Let me know what you guys think down below. Oh, and I will talk to y'all later. And maybe before you see this, you might see a video version of this today as well, because I still have my lunch to go. So possibly before this, you'll see a video version to go along with this audio version to come afterwards. So let me know what you guys all think, and I'll talk to y'all later.